Hey guys, and welcome back to Legends of IdleOn, and we have some more progress once again in IdleOn. Sorry about the break, I was on vacation. It's just been different things going on. So we are back once again here. Pretty good arena run that we have going here. Round 135. You can see the setup I have right there. It's been a fairly common setup to use. But this one for me was working extremely well. And I was just spamming everything. And I think the big thing was I finally figured out how to use the defender in this setup properly. But now that we got the defender working there, you can see I'm able to spam it here. And that's kind of a bigger deal. In the past, I wasn't using the defender, or when I was using it, I wasn't really as committed to using the defender, I think was what it was. So this allows you to have a very high uptime in terms of the shields. So as you can see here, I skipped ahead because it took like half an hour. Got into the 180s here. Round 184, very high for me. This is my highest round I'd ever been at. So pretty happy with that. Had a chance for round 200, but honestly, the RNG just didn't really quite play out here. 185. Looked okay at this point, but I was like, maybe I should have had the defender farther back. I don't know if that really would have helped or not. So at this point, just spamming looter. And you kind of just sit back and just like wait, I guess. There's other strategies to this as well, where you can like active spam things some more. But I was being a little more lazy with it. To be honest, considering how lazy I was being just spamming looter, I was impressed I was able to get to 186, 187. Well, I'll just go ahead and spoil it. I get to 187 is what it credits me at, which is my highest round ever in IdleOn Arena. So yeah, that's where it's been at. I haven't tried it again really since that point in time, so it's been some weeks. I'm probably overdue to make another attempt at this, but it took me a long time. It took me some time to do this run, so it's not really the type of thing you want to do every day, even if you have the ability to do it every day. So that's where we're at right now here. Had a chance to get to 200. I'm not really sure if it's just RNG and you just got to keep trying it, or if I needed to active spam a little more, what the deal was. So at this point here, just was showing myself opening some of the event boxes, since that obviously happened and I didn't post anything about it, but I did in fact do it. As you can see, I got like 500 some gems. I got some of the apple hats, so those are cool. I don't really have a use for the apple hats, so I just decided I was gonna like roll some mystery stones on them, which you'll probably see here at some point. That's usually what I do with the more useless hats. I just try and roll mystery stones on them to see if I can get anything interesting to happen. I don't keep the event stones usually. I don't know. They have different stats and things, but mostly they're worse than the higher tiered stones. And, so I was trying to see if I could get the XP number to go up higher, but, it just didn't really happen. Sometimes you can also get like weapon power on it as well. So it's possible if you got really, really lucky to get like an interesting roll off of that. Maybe something really, really good. But most of the time it comes out to be nothing. I just don't really have a use for these apple hats. I already have other hats, and I buy all the premium hats and all that. So, it's just not that useful for me. So I'm not, I guess I'll keep one of those as like a costume item, but not sure what I'll do with the others. So next, first Trolls Enclave run. I don't know why I waited so long to do this. I thought I needed to like prepare for it or study how to do it or something like that. But as it turns out, my stats were already kind of overcooked for this anyways. Like they're just, I guess I'm already just above the normal Trolls Enclave, because as you'll see here, I just walked in, I was like, oh, this is going to be really difficult, this or that. I was like, I probably should have watched a YouTube video on it. Honestly, the only boss encounter I had trouble with the first time was a font. That's the only one I've ever had actual difficulty with. And all the rest I've pretty much been able to just outdo it with stats. So now you can see here, you roll some dice, I got an attack, and I just one-hit him. So I was like, oh man, dude, I kept waiting all that time thinking I needed to prepare this or that, but clearly I outstat the this part of this dungeon, so yeah, probably should have done that sooner. But there's nothing you can make with troll scales yet anyway, I don't think, and I already have the cape from the limited edition shop thing, so there's not a whole lot for me to really farm this for, is there? I guess I would want the obol, but that's kind of about it probably. I'm not really sure what else I need to get from this boss, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I'm happy I got the cape because it'll save me some time farming. What do I think of this boss on the whole? The minigame aspect, I kind of like it. I guess it's a little bit of an interesting mix-it-up type of thing. It was fun at first. I don't know. I think at some point the novelty with that part will probably wear off and it'll be like, well, whatever. But it is slightly more interesting than just a pure stat check. And a few of these things you have to kind of think a little bit. But some of them, like the rolling the Yahtzee one, like I appreciate the humor in that. It definitely fits with the game, but I don't know, man. It's just kind of like a free one hit. I guess I appreciate how fast it is, right? At least I don't have to perform some boring action. I like the boss mechanic there from the perspective of it's not the same thing every single time, so it's a little bit less repetitive than some of the other bosses, especially Cheezor, which is so annoying when you have to run around between all those things and hit them. And it's like, come on, man, I already outstat this boss so heavily. I can one-hit it. Just let me one-hit it rather than having to run around and knock down a bunch of things. So now we're going to do the chaotic version. I may as well do that since I easily outstat the normal version. So the mechanics for the chaotic version seem to be pretty similar. As far as I can tell, they're the same. Although I haven't really done enough runs to for sure know if there's any mechanical differences. But it seems to basically just be sort of a stat check difference. Because as you'll see here, I get some hits, and well, I actually didn't one-hit it that time. So I have to do a additional round, which I guess is what people who don't meet the stats as well as I did for the normal version would have to do. You just have to go through several of these mini-games, or a sequence of these mini-games. So overall, the Chaotic Troll, not really that challenging for me personally. Basically just a stat check type of difference as far as I could see between that and the regular one. So I'll probably have to have a go at the even harder one at some point to see how that one is. Might take me longer to defeat it, but I don't even... Well, I guess the Nightmare one is out? I guess we'll have to try that and see how it is. I don't have enough keys for it now, though, so we'll have to farm up some more keys here. As you can see, just farming it, but not anything super interesting that drops from it, other than, I suppose, the cape, but I already have the cape, so don't really need to farm it for that. Unless there's something more interesting that drops from the Nightmare version, which there could be. So... yeah, I guess we've got, you can see here the loot that I got from that. Nothing too crazy. There's an item that's going to convert, I guess, into the gem for World 5. So that's a thing. As you can see, my bank getting pretty messy there, but 184 batteries, so getting reasonably close to the World 4 Splicer, which should be a good thing to unlock and craft. So that's going to be one of the next things we'll do. And other than that, that basically wraps it up for this video. I should have some more stuff soon, but I'll be honest, my pace of IdleOn content has definitely slowed down despite that, like, even with the breaks and all that, it still would be a lot slower. So I'll still be doing IdleOn, but probably going to be trying to look for some other stuff to add into the mix as well, just because I don't really have daily IdleOn content to post, but I'd kind of like to get back to daily posting, so I'm not sure what I'm going to post, but we'll keep doing whatever we can do. So leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.